Okay, what's good, everyone? What is good? Welcome back to the channel with yours truly, of course, Mac. Hope y'all having a great today. And today we're back with Life of the Pearsons. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm finally playing it. This is literally my sorry if I'm not too excited right now. This is my 15th time. I'm exaggerating. I'm exaggerating, but this is like my 10th. No, still exaggerating. But my fourth time. There we go. My fourth time recording this now, and you know what? I'm just gonna go with the flow on this. Honestly, the reason why I'm doing this right now is because the next episode you guys are gonna, or the first episode you guys are gonna watch, I am not gonna talk about anything. I'm pretty much gonna tell you guys, oh guys, we're so close to like 100 episodes because again, those episodes were pre-recorded from back in March. I did not know I was gonna lose my channel, so those videos are totally just adding on. Like if you go to episode 90 in my other channel, it's a straight continuation from there. So, people that are watching that are new and don't know Life of the Pearsons, it's gonna be really confusing because there's no introduction or anything. It just strictly jumps into the storyline, and you get no kind of backstory or little synopsis of the character. I was gonna do a backstory, even though I already did it on my channel. If you guys actually want to read, if you actually want to know more about my Sims, literally for the last like 2 months, my speed build, I just been talking about Life of the Pearsons. I recommend you go binge them. It's way shorter than going back and watching all 200 episodes of the Pearsons. And if you want to go back, you actually go back and do that. It's on my other channel. It's still there. If you want to go ahead and watch it, you can actually watch the last season. If you guys want to watch the drama unfold, at least this season or these characters, you can go ahead and do that. But today I'm just gonna do a little synopsis about where they're at, not their backstory, but where they're at right now in their lives. That you guys are about to watch because I can't say where that because it's again there's like 4 episodes pre-recorded, and in those 4 episodes a lot changes from where we're at, so I can't talk about where they're at now, but I can talk about where they're at in the next, like in the following part you're about to watch, which I will, but which will lead up to where we're at right now. Let's do that. So anyway, so let's go ahead and introduce you to our Sims. So I'm actually okay, first of all, my name's Mac. My name's Malik, but I go by Mac on YouTube. I am a storyteller sim. I play by stories, 110%. If you don't know that, I do. Again, a big point I want to make out is I do not create all the stories from scratch. I don't just poke them out of thin air. No, most of the times my sim does something and it adds on to it. Like for example, our girl Valen does not talk to her sister because she actually got with E, and her sister has never forgiven her from that. My goal actually with Valen was never to do that. The only reason I did that was because E never really paid any attention. Literally, I've tried, but he never sent her a text. Sent us a text to Vivi. If E was more compliant to Vivi, I would have kept them as a couple. But E didn't give 2 issues. But literally the day that Valen aged up, E sent her a text, so I went ahead and with that, and that's how the storyline was created. He sent the text. I didn't do that. That was the gameplay right there. I just added on to it, and it just grew from there. And now, Valid and that Vivian do not talk to each other. They are literally salt and vinegar, not salt and vinegar, water and vinegar. They don't mesh anymore. So that happened there. So yeah, that's the type of storyteller I am. So let's go ahead and introduce you to the Sims now, because that's enough with talking. So she is an academic person. Again, how do I explain that? She did that because of her child that she gave away. Again, it's not making any sense, but to summarize it, she gave away her child for a better life, so she felt like she needed to go to school to make sense of just to validate that she was doing the right thing giving her child. So that's why I have an academic. She now knows that it was a dumb idea and she should have been a mom, but at the time she again, no one was really there to motivate her to be a mom. Everyone kind of said she couldn't do it, so she felt like she couldn't do it. As simple as that. So that's why she has the academic trait. She's ambitious because she's always been a go-getter. She actually at this point has opened up an Instagram that she's doing, not Instagram, like it's a Simstagram slash SimTube type of thing where she's actually making income off of. She's actually joined to the fashion career too. Not fashion career, she's like something like decorating, not interior decorating. I just got that pack, so no. something with fashion. I don't know what it's called, but she's doing that too. She's doing well in that. She has enough. No, she's at this point. You're well. She's actually moving into her forever home, so there's that. So yeah, she's very ambitious. She's a good person. She honestly has a good heart. She does. She has made mistakes. You know, she's cheated on her people before. She cheated on a guy named Hayden. That was a mess. There was a guy named Hayden. She loved. Well, she didn't love him. He loved her. But she ended up liking a guy named Des even more. So she ended up cheating on him, like not sexually or anything. Just she kissed Des behind his back. She would never, go that far. She like, and her thing messed up. So she ended up. So what happened was she actually went to jail for beating up a girl named Rebecca, who was actually at the time her brother's ex because of some BS. So anyway, she ended up going to jail, juvie. And while she was in juvie, a guy named Hayden, at her time her boyfriend, stood beside her, but she was thinking of this guy named Des, who before she went to jail, was it after? I think it was before. She ended up kissing Des. She ended up kissing him one night out, and so she was thinking of him. So anyways, when she came out, she kind of felt bad, so she ended up sleeping with Hayden, just because he was there for. Do you understand? Because he was there for her, she felt like she would reward him by sleeping with him. Yeah, that happened. But literally, like 2 days later, she ended up breaking up with him, to be with Des. Then Des ended up getting her mom pregnant. That happened. So she actually has a brother. Her brother's father. Her brother's father is her ex-boyfriend. Kind of the love of her life. It's weird. Yeah, she hasn't had the best relationship status, like relationship wise, has not been good for her. She had to meet a guy named Ace who was kind of abusive. She met a guy named what was his name again? I can't remember. It starts with R, but yeah, he was kind of like a muncher. It was weird. Anyways, she doesn't have the best track record, but she's fixing that, and she's fixing it. So anyways, she's a good person, and she's a bit of a geek. I actually don't know why I put geek there. I put she doesn't like video games, which is not. Oh, there's just decor. Oh yeah, because it's probably a thing. But let me take off video games because she kind of does like video games in a sense. I'm gonna keep it neutral. I don't know why I put it there, but yeah, she's a bit of a geek. So this is Valen, beautiful sim, love her. There you go. There's a synopsis about her. So let's go ahead and talk about Vaughn. This is Mr. Vaughn here. Vaughn is actually an NBA player. His dislikes and likes: he likes cooking, the color black; piano, snowboarding; fitness, the color blue; baking, he hates baking; and bowling. Why? I don't know why, but he does. That's Vaughn for you. He's a goofball, naturally funny guy. He's outgoing too, but I don't have that there. But he's a very outgoing, funny guy. He loves making new friends, meeting new people. Honestly, great guy. So guys, I told you he's athletic. He's in the NBA. He's a rookie still, but he's doing pretty good. And then he is a music lover. He loves music. Music is his soul. If he didn't get in the NBA, he probably would be like a screenwriter. Not screenwriter, my bad. He'd probably be like a composer. Yeah, composer slash songwriter. Totally can see him doing that. But anyways, that's Vaughn. A bit about Vaughn. Vaughn has trouble with trusting people too much. He ended up dating a girl named Rebecca, who was actually her daughter. Rebecca is Valen's enemy because Rebecca bullied Valen because they were both fighting. Well, Valen was it girl of the school. Rebecca wanted to be it girl. So to be it girl, Rebecca bullied Valen, even though that didn't happen. The pregnancy kind of was her downfall, and then Rebecca hopped onto it, and then Rebecca became it girl, but still bullied Valen. Yeah, that's what happened. So he ended up dating Rebecca because she was like, again, it girl, and he kind of wanted, he was attracted to her, and of course she was the girl that every guy wanted. So he ended up dating her in secret. I feel like Rebecca only dated him just to get back at her brother. Till this day, Rebecca has like hardly ever showed him, even with all the BS she's put him through, she has never shown him any type of compassion. Like what type of, I don't even know. Like when they were sorry, I said like 55 times, but when they were dating, when they were first in high school, she would hide him. She hided him literally. That she hided their relationship for years because he was like, a sophomore, and like no, she was like in grade 12 and he was in grade 10, so she couldn't, like, he wasn't popular enough. Even though he was on the basketball team, he wasn't popular enough to be with her, so she hid him. And then BS happened where on New Year's, he was like, oh no, she broke up with him at one point, and then he went on a trip and got her back. Even though I don't see why, because again, whenever they were together, it was always about her. Everything in the relationship was about her. Nothing was about him. I really don't see why he wanted to be with her, but he loved her. He loved her off. She was his first love, not first first woohoo everything, not first kiss, but like first woohoo. She was his first everything, literally. So that happened. She ended up lying to him about a New Year's party, and then she found out where it was. She went to go confront her. That's how her sister ended up in juvie. They found her on another guy's lap. Her sister was pissed off because that's her little brother right there, so she went up and kicked Rebecca's ass, and then they filed a restraining order on her, and she got sent to juvie for assault. That happened. And then they ended up dating again. Yeah, I think so. Not now. Not like recently. I think after that he kind of was not a playboy or anything. He was never like that again. He's a good person. So he'd date around, but he never like became, he never really had a boyfriend, not girlfriend, that makes any sense. At the time. So he did that for a bit. Then he graduated, went to college, ended up meeting this amazing girl. Amazing girl named oh my god, what was her name again? Kiko. Ended up meeting this amazing girl named Kiko. Fell in love with her. Like, when I say I wanted them to be OT, like, I'm so sad it didn't work. I'm really sad it didn't work. Honestly, like, cut storyline. They should have worked. In my storyline, they actually worked out, but she ended up getting pregnant, and with the way her backstory was, I just felt like she wouldn't have, like, okay, so a bit about Kiko, if you guys don't know, because she's kind of a bit important part to the story. If y'all want to see what she looks like, I actually can show you her. Give me a second. Let's see, where's she at? Here she is, right here. This is Kiko right here. That's Kiko. So, again, she was a very big, important part to Vaughn. She helped Vaughn get over Rebecca. Again, Rebecca didn't like that, so Rebecca had to come in and ruin it. But, yeah. Kiko, what's it called again? Was actually Kiko and Vaughn were supposed to be endgame. But, when they broke up because of what happened with Rebecca, what was supposed to happen was he was actually supposed to, get Kiko back. Like, in a sense, Kiko actually went to, she's kind of in jail right now, but he was supposed to, like, at this point, he was supposed to wait for her, to come out of jail. But before the plan, because, oh god, again, yeah, this is confusing. So anyways, there was a plan to get, oh god, I have to go back even more to explain even more. So, Rebecca, so happened was, when Kiko and Vaughn were dating, let's summarize this in a minute. When Kiko and Vaughn were dating, they went snowboarding. He ended up breaking his wrist. He ended up losing his scholarship for a year. At the time, he was scared because he had no money to his name. So at the time, he got a call saying if he got married in a week, he would get some money. He wanted to do it, but he didn't want to ask Kiko because him and Kiko's relationship was really new. So at the time, I don't know what happened, but somehow Rebecca found out. Rebecca offered, listen to him. Rebecca offered to, to be that specific other, to, as a payback because she treated him so badly. And if she could do this one nice thing for him, she would totally do it. And she just wanted to make him happy. So he fell for her BS and went ahead and married Rebecca while she was dating Kiko. They got together. At the time, so fast forward, he asked Rebecca for a divorce because he wanted to marry Kiko. Rebecca said sure. Papers never went through. At that time, him and Kiko were actually looking for an apartment. They found an apartment. They moved in that apartment. Rebecca ended up showing up. It's pretty much telling Kiko in front of her face that she is married to Vaughn. Started this whole drama. Kiko kind of, tried fighting, started fighting back, saying, the boy is mine. That happened for a bit. It got draining because Rebecca's a vulture. And then Rebecca found some dirt on Kiko, which meant Kiko had to go ahead and leave. So Kiko left. Vaughn later on found out about the whole scheme that happened with Rebecca. Not scheme, but the whole thing that happened between Rebecca and Kiko. What happened there was, what was supposed to happen was Vaughn was supposed to get Kiko back. And then they were supposed to go after Rebecca, but Kiko ended up getting pregnant by some dude. And so, again, a bit about Kiko. Kiko's backstory is that she's actually an orphan. And so she never really had a family. And so I felt like with this way, she's pregnant now. I feel like she'd want to, give it a chance with the guy to have a proper family. So that's why it just didn't feel right for me. For her to leave the guy, so they went ahead and they're not together anymore, sadly. That's why Vaughn's single. Yeah, so that's Kiko. That happened. So Vaughn now is out of the marriage. He's recently divorced. That's really exactly where we're at right now. Vaughn is divorced and living his best life. So there's that. Now that's pretty much it with Vaughn. Now let's move on to kind of the second character, but those two are the main character, but this is kind of a main character too. This is their sister Viola. She looks nothing like this now, but this is just a synopsis. She looks like, I'm not gonna switch screens, I'm too lazy right now. This is Viola. Viola is actually married to a guy named, he's not here, I deleted his ass when I was playing around, but married to a guy named Asha. They met on vacation. Fun fact about Vaughn. Oh, actually, I'll tell you a fun fact about her. Fun fact: Viola was an escort when she was a teenager. That happened. She ended up meeting a guy named Jarvis, who was actually, I don't know if he was a drug dealer. I don't know what the hell he is. Maybe he's mafia. Who knows? But he had a lot of money. They ended up having a little, not a relationship or anything. They ended up just sleeping around with each other. That happened. He ended up paying her $10,000 for one woohoo. She didn't like it, so they kind of cut off their situation. A bit before even that happened, back when she was a teenager, she actually was bullied. Again, I did not make this up. I had a mod on my game, and every single day she came home, she was bullied. Fun fact too, she never had no friends. I tried to, literally, as a kid, I tried to have her make friends. She never made friends. She made one friend, which was with her cousin, her distant cousin. That happened. It didn't really work out because I wanted to make an actual friend that wasn't related. Never really happened. So she was kind of a loner. So she kind of got over that, and then she became an extrovert. So that happened. She ended up leaving that business. She ended up going to the Japan pack we got. I forgot what the place is called, but we'll call it Japan. Met a guy named Asha. They ended up getting engaged within a week because of some BS. His dad kind of said that they were never getting engaged, and of course, our girl gaining her backbone said, "Of course, I'm gonna marry this guy. What's stopping me from marrying him?" So she told them that they were engaged. So they got engaged. After a week of dating, it happened. They got engaged. He moved in. Everything was good till their wedding day. Actually, no, they got pregnant. And then, so while she was pregnant on their wedding day, Asha cheated with her cousin named Yolanda. Yeah, that happened and pissed off everybody. She kind of sent him out. She kind of kicked him out at that point. Had to clear her mind. She realized that she missed him. They have a kid now. At this point named Hikari, which is this little munchkin right here. Hikari. They had her. And so she gave him another chance. He moved in as a she moved him in as a roommate first, because she was very iffy. She was kind of on the wall. She wanted to give him a chance, but she didn't want to be hurt because again, this family has, as you can tell, a history of being hurt by people. So she didn't want to just jump straight into it. So they warmed themselves back in. They warmed themselves back not warm this up. That's not the right way of saying it. They mended their relationship and they got back together. And by the time she moved him back into like her bedroom, we found out that he has a side chick. And yep, he had a side piece at this time, and so they ended up getting pregnant again with their another child named Hikari right here. So this is Hikari had another child named Hikaru. That happened. Then they ended up getting married, and then they ended up having another child named Hiro. And then while they were married, our girl Vi, I call her Vi, but her name is Viola, but I call her Vi. Vi got a message from Jarvis. Remember that guy where she was an escort? You know that guy? Anyways, he found some dirt on her husband, told her about it, pretty much the fact that he was cheating, and that his side piece has a kid now. She needed to find out. He ended up impregnating, his side piece. But at the time, she didn't know that. So she ended up coming with a scheme using her siblings to get the DNA of the side piece's child, coming to find out that he is in fact the father of that child. She ended up confronting Asha about the situation, and then he ended up flipping it, pretty much telling her that it was her fault, that he ran into another girl's arms, that, she kicked him out on the street by himself and he needed somebody to rely on. He was going through his stuff too, and that she wasn't there for him. And, she kind of fell for his BS, and now they're trying to fix their marriage. So, yeah. And that's what they're doing right now. So, a little insight, just I guess a spoiler alert. If you're wondering why the kids are in this household, right now they're on a couple's vacation to try to fix their marriage. So, that's why the kids, they're pretty much Valen and Vaughn are babysitting. But yeah, that's pretty much the hecticness and where we're pretty much at with of the Pearsons. It actually was way shorter than the other ones. The other ones were like 30 something minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this off here. Hopefully this kind of explains, again, I didn't really go really in depth, but I pretty much got the key points of each storyline. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out. Jesus, peace, bye later. I love y'all. Peace. I can't believe we're finally playing. Oh, I'm so excited.